This is the first video on a pond that I made a few years ago, and I just figured, what the heck? I got all the pictures. I might as well put them out there on the internet. If anyone can use them, great. If not, then what the heck? Don't worry about it. Anyway, we had the waterfall and we had a pond here before. It was just a plastic liner pond, but it just wasn't working. It seemed to be a nightmare to clean. This is me driving the stake in to the center of the pond. That will be up to you to figure out where the center of the pond actually is. That shouldn't be too hard. I drove a nail into the top of the stake and hooked my tape measure around it and started marking the circumference, or the outside perimeter of the circle. And here's a close-up. I just grabbed a shovel, a small handheld shovel, and started marking. I just held the tape measure. I think it was 9 foot, and just started marking, going around there, and got me a nice circle. And there's the other section of it. And again, this is perfect. You can just go straight down and start digging. It gives you a nice area there. Or should I say, a nice border to dig. And one thing I'd like to say is, make sure, if you can, try to avoid over digging at all costs. Only dig out what you need to dig. Otherwise, you're going to end up filling the areas back in with soil. And this soil will not be compacted and could create problems for your pond or pool, whatever you're building. Again, this could be applied to a few different things, built out of concrete, a little pond or a pool, whatever you're going to be building. One more thing I'd like to suggest, or just point out. What do you mean one more thing? Crap, I'll be pointing out things throughout this entire video. So another thing to point out is, watch it with the stake there, the stake that's in the center, if you're going to be shoveling or picking. I can't tell you how many times I've hit my hand on one of these stakes or something that I have here. I'm going to town with a pick, or my hand slips off with a shovel, and bam, I hit the old stake there, and that doesn't feel good. So just be careful whenever you're digging around the stakes or anything else that is going to be protruding up. So this is the first layer of the pond that we're digging out. Shortly you'll be seeing where we dig the second layer out. And again, I've pre-formed some of this stuff in my mind. This is what we got to dig out first. We're going to have to dig one section, and then of course it made it easier to clean this area up and then dig the second section. So however you do it, if you're just going to be digging a pond, a regular, something that's going to be 18 inches deep or something like that, you're going to end up with something like this. But we actually wanted to be able to sit in the pond, and it wasn't going to be heated. Trust me, where we live, when it gets warm, the water temperature in the pond is probably around 80 degrees. It's nice. And I think we've had this pond for about 2 or 3 years. Here is the second line that we are drawing, and later on you'll be able to see how the seat is forming. And again, feel free to watch this video as many times as you need to, or stop the video if you need to take a closer look at the pictures to get a better idea what I'm doing. So here you can see I'm starting to dig the second area out, and this is basically will be the seat, and you can actually see the seat forming here. So again, you draw the circle in the dirt and start picking and digging. So like I said, there I am right next to that stake in the ground, and just trying to be careful, make sure I don't hit my hand on it. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times I've been injured by something sticking out. Some of these grade stakes are marking stakes for forms. So take that in advance. Hey, some of this stuff I'm just going to be filling in. I don't have anything else to say. What the heck? I don't want to play any music in here. I guess I could, but you guys will just have to deal with it as it comes. The main thing is the pictures. I think a picture is worth 1,000,000 words, and 1,000 words, what the heck, 100,000 words. You've heard me say it before. And all these pictures, I'm trying to put them in 10-second intervals too, so that one picture doesn't stay on too long, and of course you have enough time to look at it. So there it is. You can see the seat starting to form there. You can see it. It's got to take a little bit of dirt out at a time, and we just piled it up on the side here. We just dug it on the side, and we got rid of it, hauled it to the front yard. We needed it to fill in some planters that we built in the front yard, so it worked out great. There's the fountain, or the waterfall, I should say, where the water is actually going to be coming down and draining into the pond. And of course, we're coming to the end of this video. There you go. You can see it. The pond is dug. I'm going to try and name these in sequence. So if you're going to go to part 2, just simply look at the title of this video and it'll say part 1. Type in part 2 and it should take you to the second video if you can't find it. And I'm just starting these videos. I don't know how many it will take. I'm hoping that I can get it done in less than 4, but who knows? Could be 10 for all I know.